Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Dear students, this is your instructor Aisha Hussain Khan, and today we'll learn more about agile models. Now, as you already know that we have covered Scrum model in our previous lecture, so in this lecture I'm focusing on two other approaches that comes under agile development, and they are basically known as extreme programming, which you call as XP in short, and adaptive software development, also known as ASD model. So starting with XP model, we will cover its description, and then we'll see the main building blocks for XP model in the topic of XP cornerstones, and then finally the whole XP process will be discussed. Starting with few history elements of XP model, we can see that it was introduced by Kent Beck in 1996, and also it is claimed as a lightweight methodology. Why being named as lightweight methodology? Because it provides you an immediate solution for the requirements that are placed by users. Also, you can see that a small to medium sized teams will develop the software in the face of vague requirements. Very important point, that you don't have to acquire all the requirements on the hand. You will timely add more requirements as the customer will give you the feedback on it. And then it is basically the answer to the heavyweight software processes such as waterfall model. Like the waterfall model heavily relies on the documentation, and also you need to have all the requirements in the start of development process. So final point is letting you know that it is basically intended to provide improve software quality and responsiveness to the changing customer requirements. So this slide is further focusing on the list of points that are considered to be a part of XP model, that is a lightweight agile process. Here you can see that instead of lots of documentation, XP emphasizes on plenty of feedback. Like it is always welcoming the changing nature of requirements that are being placed by the customers. Also, in short, you can say that it embraces change, it iterates very often, you can design and redesign, and also code and test frequently. Plus, the important concern is that you need to keep the customer involved throughout the development process. And it delivers the software in short iterations of 2 weeks. Like if you can recall that in Scrum we have talked about the time period of 1 to 4 weeks. Now in this, the time has already reduced to 2 weeks. So the last point is that it eliminates defects early, thus reducing the overall cost. XP cornerstone. These are the certain points that lay the foundation of XP model. First is communication, then we have simplicity, thirdly we have feedback mechanism, and the last is courage. Communication is basically required at the time of acquiring the requirements from the customer and stakeholders. To establish the list of requirements and functions that need to be implemented. Secondly, we can see that XP follows a simplistic approach in designing the requirements. We want simple design of the requirements that have been placed by the user, and it restricts the design to only follow the immediate needs. We cannot create designs for the future requirements. We will just focus on the functions and features that have been already placed by the user. So we will provide the simple model for those requirements. Then feedback mechanism. We can see that it is derived from three sources basically. First is implemented software itself, then we have customers who will add their valuable feedbacks, and then the development team. Now finally talking about a word that is courage, that follows a disciplined approach. As we already know that it is a team oriented approach and we can have different arguments from different team members, so one need to put the trust and respect in each other's argument, and this will have a aspect of courage. It basically requires or demands the courage from each and every member of a team. Now finally in this section we will talk about an XP process, and we will go through the different framework activities of an XP model, that is XP planning, then we have XP design, following design we have XP coding, and then finally an XP testing. So starting with the first XP planning, we can see that it will begin with the creation of user stories. Here you can have a look on a user story. It is basically comprising of the following sections, having the title for the requirement, or you can say the name of requirement being placed by the user. And then we have a section of user story here that will focus on a desired description of user, and then you can say that it will include his wish. I want this functionality. This is basically the template given here. First you will record the description of user, then basically he will use this dialect that I want this functionality from the said project, so that it will give us this benefit. This section when completed will provide you the complete description of a requirement placed by the user. Then we have an acceptance criteria. This has basically given the following template, that it will be showing you the given part, that how the things begin. Then a when part in which the action that is necessary to be taken. And then finally the outcome of the taking action, the ultimate objectives basically you gain from the action. Then here you can see the priority. It will basically assign a value to the requirement according to which you put your focus on the requirement. And then finally the estimate part. Here you will calculate the cost and time required to create the product. So according to this template, we will have all the user stories that are being provided by the user. Then we can say that agile team assesses each story and assigns a cost. Here is that factor, an estimate part. And then stories are grouped to form a deliverable increment. Like if you recall Scrum, in that we have taken it as a sprint, or we have given this as a sprint name. So here you are basically grouping the stories to form a deliverable increment. Then a commitment is made on a delivery date. Like here I already told you that we will focus on the cost and time. Finally, we have an first increment giving us the parameter of project velocity. What is project velocity? It will tell you about the number of user stories that are implemented in a single increment. number of stories implemented in a single increment will result you in a project velocity. This factor is basically focused on telling the progress of your development, and it is also used to help in defining the subsequent delivery dates for other increments. Now I will talk about an XP design. Basically, it follows the KISS principle, that is, keep it simple. As we have already noted in XP Cornerstone, that we should have a simplistic approach while designing our software. Or you can say we need to create a simple prototypes to show to the user and get feedback on it. And then it basically encouraged the use of CRC cards. CRC cards concept emerged from object-oriented designing. An XP model follows object-oriented aspects, as it is highly preferable in development process. And these are the certain CRC models that are being shown here. We can see that this card has a name at the top left corner, and then we have two different sections, one for responsibility and one for collaborators. Here we can see the examples of CRC cards. Like if you can think of a system in which customer is one of the entity, so you will put the name of customer here, and then these are the certain responsibilities that a customer basically holds. First, he can place order, he will have his name, address, his contact number. These are the attributes for class that is known as customer. And here on the right side we have a collaborator. That is, we need to put a name of another entity through which this entity basically has a connection or association. So a customer put his order, and order is basically another entity for the said system. So as we have discussed the CRC cards, we have another very important concept that exists in XP design process known as spike solutions. This is basically the concept when we face design problems, we go for an immediate answer to those problems and create the operational prototypes for it. And those operational prototypes result in spike solutions. This is also known as design prototype. Then we have the concept of refactoring. Basically, refactoring results in design optimization. We will have those techniques that will improve the design but won't change the external behavior of the system. That will just improve the internal aspects of your software. So it is an iterative refinement of the internal program design. Now, following the flow of framework activities, we have XP coding. XP coding basically recommends the construction of a unit test for a store before coding commences. Like you can think of it as that you frequently code and test as we move ahead towards the other functionalities. And also it encourages pair programming. This concept focuses that you need to have two individuals working on a module. The underlying reason behind this concept is that it provides you a mechanism for real-time problem solving. Like two different minds are often better than a single mind, and also it will result in real-time quality assurance. How? As the code is being reviewed as it is created. Like if the one person is doing coding, the other person is doing the review at the same time. So it is basically helping the developers to be focused on the problem at hand. Finally, we will talk on XP testing, and this will basically shows the unit tests that are executed on daily basis. Also, the acceptance test. Acceptance tests are basically the user acceptance tests that are defined by the customers and executed to assess the customer visible functionality. Basically, you need to have the feedback of customers on your implemented functionalities. So students, covering all the aspects of XP model, in my next lecture I will focus on ASD, that is Adaptive Software Development. Thank you.